Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So today we are going to be talking about the Meuse-Argonne offensive in 1918. So this is the build I made here for it. Ignore the one in the back that isn't completed. As you can see, I have this one here. There's this one in the back. This one is completely separate. So ignore that one in the back. Had someone comment on that on a Discord. So we're going to go from the American side down here towards the Germans, essentially, which I'm not 100% sure for my next one here. If I'm going to take that apart and do it in a similar style, I'm not really sure yet. I might leave it this way. I'm not sure. Might mostly finish it just to see. We'll see, though, because I'm not too sure. I might leave it like this, I'm not sure, but that's a completely separate video, because currently we're just focusing on this long boy right here, essentially, which is the Meuse-Argonne offensive that I built. So let me zoom my camera in if I can. You can see here, I'll just do a quick overview before we start going over it. You can see here just everything I put in detail-wise. Most of the guns in this are brick arms. I think there's only one gun in this that is not brick arms, and that's the American's Chow Chat there. That one I got from AliExpress. So right now we're just going to go and talk about the history and of the Meuse-Argonne offensive, and then we'll get into the build. So the Meuse-Argonne offensive lasted from September 26, 1918 until the armistice on November 11th, 1918. And it was the largest offensive in United States military history, involving 1.2 million American soldiers, sailors, and Marines, along with 800,000 French and 850 Siamese soldiers. And the Americans suffered heavy casualties with 26,277 killed and 95,786 wounded. The French suffered 35,000 killed and 35,000 wounded. The Siamese suffered only 19 soldiers killed. So the biggest takeaway I want people to have from this battle, this video essentially, of the Meuse-Argonne offensive is that even though this lasted from September 26, 1918 until the armistice on November 11th, 1918, which it's an offensive, not necessarily a battle, and that this was really the largest offensive in United States military history, involving, 1.2 million soldiers, essentially. They took around, 120,000 something casualties. I forget what number specifically. You can probably go back and add up the numbers, because I don't have it here in my notes, but yeah, I mean, it's really just a brutal battle, and possibly the biggest we partook in World War I. And it's something to remember that while, yes, we were in World War I, the U.S. was, we paid a high cost for the offensive that we partook in, because even if we joined in late in the war, basically the second half of the war, we did help end the war in a lot of ways, because Germany at that time was like, we don't want America in the war. And there's a lot more to it that I don't want to go into this video, because I still have to factor in getting talking about the build in the video, and that's going to be a little bit. So I just want to also say thank you all for all the support lately. We haven't really been gaining as much subscribers and views, but honestly it's probably my fault, because I haven't been making as much content right now. So sorry for that. I'm hoping to start making more shorts soon. I've just been kind of taking a tiny bit of a break and just slowing down a little bit so I don't get burnt out. And yeah, I mean, thank you all for all the support. We're at 302 subscribers, and I think we're at 130,000 views, probably 131,000 views now. Not too sure off the top of my head, but thank you all for all the support lately. And yeah, we're just going to get into the build now. So yeah, thank you all for all the support, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. Alright, so now we're going to get into the build. Sorry for the whole long parts of just getting here. I just wanted to say thank you all, though, a bit ago, for the support lately. So yeah, we're going to go through this, like I said earlier in the video, from the American side all the way down to the German side here. And yeah. Also, if you're wondering where I got the Americans, they're Brick Arms, Brickmania sticker packs is what they are. World War I American sticker pack, to be specific. And these Germans I made, they're fakes. They're basically World War II Germans that I converted into World War I Germans via AliExpress. So, but they're all pretty much equipped with brick arms. I think every German is equipped with brick arms. Like I said, the only fake is this Chow Chat, but honestly, that's just because brick arms, I don't think they make a Chow Chat, and I think the only company kind of associated with them that does is Brick Warriors, and I didn't want to buy a Brick Warriors one, so I think this is actually just a copy of it, so I'll try to get better angle on it at some point. But yeah, we're just going to start getting through this. Get on my chair so I can talk about these two guys here. So, you can see that guy there, he obviously is a Chow Chat. You can see there, though, these two guys are going through the trench towards the ladder. They're not running or anything. Obviously, they're not going to go and get out of the trench because of the fact the wire hasn't been breached, so there's no reason. But they're trying to find a spot where they can get up on the firing step and shoot at the Germans, essentially. As you can see, though, if my camera focuses and gets a little bit better quality, well, you can probably see he does have a 1903 Springfield. Now, while most American soldiers were equipped with a 1917 rifle, for me to get some of those, I would have to buy from AliExpress, and honestly, that's going to be a later date order. So, not an order I'm doing yet. I probably won't do said order until I actually start doing this battle. Not battle. Well, technically a battle, but it's kind of associated with this, which I'll talk about later towards the end of why that is. Because that is not going to be, something I finish this video. That's going to be another video. But I'll talk about that later so I don't confuse the crap out of y'all. And then you can see this guy here. He has like a leather vest. He is equipped with a shotgun. M97 trench gun, essentially. That guy there. Obviously shooting at the Germans with a Chow Chat. And then if I go and do that, zoom out a little bit, I can sit back in my chair. And see, this German here, he's supposed to be dead. I'm not very good at making them look dead. I had to play around with it a bit. But he was running and died basically against the wire, so he basically just fell against it and he's dead. And he had a Luger and a trench knife, as you can see. Also, all this chain pieces that I use for wire is from Temu. So, if you're wondering that, that's where it's from. I did not buy Lego wire to do this because that would be expensive probably. I don't know where to buy it cheap, so. And then you can see there, he's armed with a Mauser C96. Which probably is a little hard to pick up. I'm sure you can tell it is a Mauser C96. It's not a Luger. And then he's armed with a trench mace. This guy here, he has a stick grenade and he's trying to throw it at the Chow Chat guy right there and throw it in there to take him out, essentially, so they might be able to breach the wire and get into the American trench. And then you can see there's this guy here covering said guy here with a grenade. And he is covering him with a Gewehr 98 rifle. The bayonet on it, like I said, that's a Brick Arms rifle. He's firing at the guy with a Chow Chat. And then you can see there's just a few guys kind of just pushing up, that sort of thing. That guy there charging with a Gewehr. Then this guy here, you get a better look at the Gewehr rifle that I used here because the bolt is actually out. You can see. So that is a Gewehr rifle. It's just one tone though, but I don't want to paint it because I don't really know how to do that very well. Probably have to look up a video if I did it, but I think these soldiers came out really nice. Same with this build. I could probably learn a little bit along the way. Like, the only thing that I really wish I did better so far, just going through this build, is just making it less flat. Like, it being fine as... It's fine being flat. It's just it needs to look like in this area, more dirt is kicked up. It looks way too, like, still, I guess you could say. Or, like, explosions need to be around it. Something like that, really. You can see he's dead. He is charging. Same with him. There's a spot in the wire they were charging through. You can see he's charging. That guy there, he's also charging through that spot in the wire. This guy here, it may look odd, but I had him with an MG8/15. Basically, brick arms one that I put together. It was from Brickmania. Just a bunch of random parts and stuff, but I put him there to make it look like he was going to start setting it up so that he could start firing towards that Chow Chat and suppress them if he had to. So, figured that would look nice. Then you can see different design for the ladder, but they have a better looking trench essentially. And you can see there's this last German there with a Gewehr rifle with a bayonet. Basically same rifle. All of them are the same. All have bayonets. The only problem with my American here is, yes, he has a bayonet, but sadly my other rifle does not have a bayonet. The 1903. I have one with a bayonet, one without a bayonet, so, I mean, it's nice, though, either way. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I got to talk about with the build, and I think now we're just going to talk about that little thing here and the importance of what I was talking about, of why it relates to this build. So, the importance of this build here in the back, that's 32 by, I believe, 64 studs. The importance of it is that, realistically, this whole thing here, it's a part of the Meuse-Argonne offensive, essentially, taking place, like, in a 8-day period, I believe, or 7-day period, something like that. It's about the Lost Battalion in World War I. You know, if you've heard the Sabaton song, The Lost Battalion, you'll know what I'm talking about. Or if you've seen the 2001 movie, I believe it was, The Lost Battalion, or the 1919 silent film, The Lost Battalion, you'll know what I'm talking about. But that's what that's basically about. That's what it's just going to be about, really. It's, like I said, just a part of this. It's just something I'm building for fun because I want to tell their story. And it's not something you really hear about, so I thought it'd be cool to just mix it up with something like that and maybe go over some other figures, like maybe one day I could do Alvin York or something, I don't know. But just a lot of like fun little stuff like that I'd like to mention, just because they're not stuff that get taught in a classroom or anything like that. They're stuff that you do your own research on and you find out about and you're like, cool. So I just think it's nice to be able to tell a story that's not textbook, I guess you could say. Not something you would see in a classroom being taught, if you know what I mean. Because around here, I like teaching stuff that's both common knowledge, uncommon knowledge, that sort of stuff. So I want to try to get more into the uncommon knowledge, because I feel like I definitely do talk about the same things a lot. So if y'all ever have suggestions, let me know. Because like I said, after this build, I don't know what I'm going to do. I thought about doing Battle of the Bulge, but I'm not too sure yet where I want to go. I was thinking maybe Bellow Wood or something. I'm not really sure. But it all just really depends. Because if I do Bellow Wood, it'll probably be smaller than both of these. It might just be a 32 by 32 build or something like that. Because I don't really want to do it too big, considering that all it really is going to be is just trees, and then Germans and Americans in close quarters combat, no trenches, maybe a little bit of craters, stuff like that. So I don't know. But yeah, that's really one of them I'd like to do. So yeah, hopefully y'all enjoyed this video. Thank y'all for all the support, and if you stuck around the whole video, I thank y'all for that. So, yeah, if y'all ever have any recommendations or anything like that, let me know down below in the comments. There's a lot of videos and shorts I still have to make. I still have some that I got to release. So, yeah, hopefully y'all have been enjoying the content lately, even if it's been slower. I am sorry. Just lately I've been busy, and I've been slowing down a little bit just because I wanted to give time for people to catch up, maybe see some older videos and I wanted to make sure I didn't get burnt out. So yeah, I'll see y'all in the next video or live stream, because I actually might do a live stream soon. Don't know what day. Just taking this build apart. So yeah, we'll see how that goes, and I will see you all in the next video or live stream. Have a great day and night, whatever time it is for you.